Hey kids, it's me, Teacher A. In this video, we're going to study quartiles for ungrouped data. Okay, let's start. Okay, so what are quartiles? So quartiles are values or score points that divide the ranked data into 4 equal parts. So you imagine this is your ranked data. So ranked data means you arrange your data from least to greatest, okay? From smallest to largest, okay? And your data is cut into 4 equal parts. So where are the quartiles? Okay, let me show you. Yan. Okay, so as you can see, we have 3 quartiles here. And we name these quartiles as Q1, Q2, and Q3. Okay? Let's discuss further. What do we mean by Q sub 1, Q sub 2, and Q sub 3? So, di ba, hinati natin yung data natin into 4 equal parts. Okay? So, it's like cutting 100%, okay, 100% of the data into 4 parts. So, it's like 100% divided by 4. So what do we get? 25%. So you may write 25% in each box here, like this. Doing this, we can easily interpret Q sub 1, Q sub 2, and Q sub 3. Let's start with Q sub 1. Okay, so Q sub 1 is our first quartile. Okay, it is also called the lower quartile. Okay? So, anong ibig sabihin ng first quartile? Based on our figure, di ba, ito yung Q sub 1. Okay? If this is our Q sub 1, it is a value, okay, where 25% of the data, okay, are less than or equal to Q sub 1. Okay? Nandito, sa left side niya. Ano naman yung nasa right side ng ating Q sub 1? We have 25 plus 25 plus 25, so we have 75%. What do we mean by that? It means that 75% of our data are greater than or equal to Q sub 1. Okay? So, ganun lang mag-interpret. Okay? So, let's move on to our Q sub 2. Okay? So, our Q sub 2 is clearly our second quartile. Okay, we have a special name for Q sub 2. Q sub 2 is our median. What do you mean by median? This is the middle score. Okay, nakikita nyo naman clearly sa ating diagram. Okay, it cuts our data into 2 equal parts. Right? Okay, yun ang ginagawa ng Q sub 2. And based on our diagram, 50%, yeah, 25 plus 25. Okay, 50% of our data are less than or equal to Q sub 2. Kapag dito naman kayo sa kanan tumingin, you see, you also have 50%. So, ibig sabihin nun, 50% of our data are greater than or equal to Q sub 2. Okay, lastly, we have Q sub 3. This is our third quartile. Okay? Or, okay, what is the other name for Q sub 3? This is the upper quartile. Okay? Based on our diagram, okay? So, ito yung Q sub 3 natin. Right? So, ilang percent of the data are less than or equal to Q sub 3? Do you see? It is 75%. Ito sila. Okay? While 25% of our data is greater than or equal to Q sub 3. Okay? So, yan yung ibig sabihin ng tatlong quartiles na nakikita nyo dito. Okay? So, in this video, I'm going to teach you different methods on how to get quartiles of ungrouped data. So, to demonstrate different methods, we're going to answer these 2 examples here. Magkaiba ito kasi itong first example, we have odd number of values. What do we mean by that? Okay, if you count the given values here, okay, we have 11. Okay, 11 values. Okay, and 11 is an odd number. Okay, and our second example has even number of values. Okay, so you count the values here. Okay, these are the scores of 18 students. So we have 18 values here. 18 is an even number. So we will get the quartiles of this ungrouped data using different methods. Let's have this first method, the method of Tukey. Tukey is the one who introduced this method. Okay, so we consider the first example, okay, the one with odd number of values. First thing first, you have to arrange your data from least to greatest. Okay, so let's do that here. Okay, so we have 11 values here. After arranging the data in ascending order, okay, we have to divide this into 2 equal parts. Okay, but we have 11 values here. Hindi natin siya madidivide equally. So if you cannot divide the given values into 2 equal parts, okay, so ganito ang gagawin nyo. Diba 11 divided by 2 is 5.5. Okay, your whole number is 5. So kuha kayo ng 5 dito on this side, tapos kuha din kayo ng 5 on the other side. Okay? So nakita nyo itong sobrang to? Okay? This is the second quartile. This is the median. This is the middle score. So again, itong method ni Tukey ay effective kapag konti lang yung number of values na binigay sa inyo. Okay, like this one, you only have 11 values. Next, we get the other 2 quartiles. The first quartile and the third quartile. Ganito naman ang gagawin ninyo. Okay, so you consider the first half including the median. What do I mean by that? Eto, you see, you have 5, 8, 9, 9, and then 10, and then this is the median. Okay, and then on the other side, we write the second half of our data, including the median. So that's why we have 10, 11, 12, 14, 14, and then 17. Okay? And then, itong first half at saka itong second half, ikakat lang natin ito into 2 equal parts. Okay? So, kunyari ito, di ba, we have 6 values here. So, tama, madidivide natin to into 2 equal parts. Tig-tatlo, right? Now, nasaan ang Q sub 1? Or the lower quartile or the first quartile, andito. Okay? So, kung makikita nyo, hindi siya kagaya ng Q sub 2. Kasi ang Q sub 2, saktong may number na natapatan yung arrow. Ito, wala oh. It's between these 2 numbers, right? Kapag ganun ang nangyari, nasa pagitan siya ng dalawang number to get this quartile. Okay, the first quartile, all you have to do is to get the average of the 2 numbers. How do we get the average? All you have to do is to add these 2 numbers and then divide it by 2. Okay, like this. Okay, diba ito yung dalawang numbers? Okay, you do like 9 plus 9, 18 divided by 2, you get 9. Okay, so the first quartile of our data set is equal to 9. Let's move on to the second half. Ganun din. Hahatiin nyo into 2 equal parts. Like that. And then where is Q sub 3? Dito. Okay? Between 12 and 14. So what do you do to get Q sub 3? You get the average. So you do like 12 plus 14 divided by 2. Okay? You will get 13. So 13 is the third quartile. So you may interpret Q sub 1 as the median, okay, or middle score nung first half ng ating data. Okay? Tapos yung Q sub 3, it is the median or middle score ng ating second half. So this is how two-key method works. So madali lang. Okay? Let's now move on to the second method. So we have here method of Moore and McCabe. Okay? Ito, kamukha lang nung first method natin. Okay? First, you have to arrange your data from least to greatest, and then we are going to cut it into 2. Okay? But since we have odd number of values, hindi natin siya madidivide equally. Okay? Ano yung gagawin natin? Kuha tayo ng tig 5 sa magkabilang side. Tapos may iwan na isa sa gitna, that's going to be our Q sub 2 or the median or the middle score. Now, ang difference nitong second method natin, okay, method of Moore and McCabe from two-key method, yung first method natin kanina, is yung first half, eto lang yon. We don't consider the median. Hindi natin sinama yung isa pang 10. Yeah? Ganon din sa second half. Hindi natin isasama yung middle score or yung Q sub 2. Okay? We only have 11, 12, 14, 14, 17. Now, to get Q sub 1, okay, hahatiin ulit natin to into 2 equal parts. But as you can see, hindi natin siya mahati equally. We have 5 values here. What is 5 divided by 2? 2.5. Okay, so 2 yung whole number. So kuha ka ng tig-dalawa dito. Okay, dalawa dito sa side na to and then dalawa dito sa other side. Tapos may maiiwan, right? This is your Q sub 1. Okay? Dun tayo sa second half. Okay, we have 5 values here. So pareho lang, hindi natin siya mahati equally. So kuha kayo ng tig-dalawa doon sa bawat side. Okay? Yung may iwang score or value, this is the third quartile. Okay? Now, you may ask, bakit magkaiba? Kasi kanina, nakuha natin Q sub 3 is 13. Dito sa method na ito, we get Q sub 3 equals 14. So, okay lang na magkaiba yung makuha ninyong value. Okay? Obvious naman kasi magkaiba yung method. Okay, right? Kasi kanina, sa first method, we include the median, the Q sub 2. But here, in our second method, we don't include the Q sub 2. Okay? So, okay lang na magkaiba ang makuha ninyong value or values. Okay? Nagkataon kasi na maliit yung data natin, konti lang. Okay? Pero kapag madaming data ang involved, we have a bigger number of values involved. Halos minimal lang ang difference ng ating mga quartile values. Okay, let's continue. This is the third method. Okay, so this is the method of Mendenhall and Sincich. Okay, so we'll be using this method in getting also the deciles and percentiles. So it's nice if you can memorize the formula that I'll be giving you in this video. Okay, so formula-based naman ang method na ito. What do you mean by that? So, merong formula tayong gagamitin. But don't forget, you have to arrange your data in ascending order from least to greatest. Okay? So, let's discuss the formula. So, Q sub K, your K may take the values 1, 2, 3. Kasi 3 quartiles ang hahanapin natin, right? So, we're looking for Q sub 1, Q sub 2, at saka Q sub 3. Okay? This is the formula. Okay? So, K, depende kung anong quartile ang hinahanap ninyo. Okay? What is N? Ang N, kung gaano kadami yung data or yung values na nakikita nyo dito. So, we have here 11 values. So, N is equal to 11. Kaya 4 ang nasa denominator kasi we're dealing with quartiles. Diba? Kinakat natin yung data into 4 equal parts. Okay? When we discuss deciles, ito naman kinakat yung data into 10 equal parts. So itong denominator magiging 10. And then kapag percentiles, okay, score points yun na magde-divide sa ating data into 100 equal parts. So, ibig sabihin, itong 4, papalitan nyo naman ng 100. So you may use Mendenhall and Sincich method in getting quartiles, deciles, and percentiles. Okay? So please memorize this formula. So basically, itong formula na ito, this will tell us the position of our quartiles. So for example, ang nakuha nating value dito sa loob ay 2. Okay? So ibig sabihin nun, yung quartile na hinahanap natin ay nasa second position. Okay? So hahanapin nyo yung nasa second position dito, which is ito. Okay? So ganun lang. But there are times na hindi whole number ang nakukuha dito. For example, 2.2. Wala namang 2.2 na position. Ang mga position lang, first, second, third, fourth, and so on. So let me give you the rule if you obtained a value which is not a whole number. Eto. Okay? So if the obtained value is not a whole number, all you have to do is to round off. Okay? Round off to the nearest integer. Okay? So dapat marunong kayong mag-round off. But with one exception. Okay? If you get 0.5 at Q sub 3, okay, hindi nyo i-round up. Okay? Kasi round up naman talaga ang usual na gagawin ninyo. Okay? If you have 0.5. Pero pag nangyari yan sa Q3, sa upper quartile, you round down. So please don't forget that exemption. Okay? So let's now use Mendenhall and Sincich method in getting quartiles. Okay? So ito yung mga data natin arranged in ascending order, and then this is our formula. Okay? So let's get Q sub 1. Okay? So here, we substitute K equals 1. Kita nyo? Ayan, no? And then ano yung N natin? 11. Okay? Because we have 11 values here. Okay? And then we do the math. 11 plus 1, you get 12. 12 times 1, 12. Divided by 4, you get 3. So anong ibig sabihin ng 3 dito? It means that the third value of our rank data is Q sub 1. Okay? Kung sino man yung third dito, yun na yung Q sub 1 natin. Okay? So this is first, second, third. Okay? So Q sub 1 is equal to 9. Okay? So ganun ginagamit yung formula. Okay? Now let's get Q sub 2. So ano naman ang gagawin? Etong K dito, papalitan nyo ng 2. Okay? So you'll have this. Okay? If you do the math, you will get 6. Anong ibig sabihin ulit niyan? The sixth value of our rank data is our second quartile. So bilang ulit kayo dito, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Okay? That is our Q sub 2. Okay? Q sub 2 is equal to 10. Alright? And then finally, we get Q sub 3. Here. Okay? So, isa-substitute nyo lang dito, K equals 3, N equals 11. And if you do the math, you will get 9. Okay? What do you mean by that? The ninth value of our rank data is Q sub 3. Okay? So, you count first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth. Okay? So your Q sub 3 is equal to 14. Okay? So that's how you get quartiles using Mendenhall and Sincich method. Okay? We are just so lucky na puro whole numbers ang nakuha natin dito. But later, kapag in-apply natin tong method na to dun sa second example natin, we'll be having values which are not whole numbers. Okay, so doon na papasok yung rounding off. Alright? Now, let's have this fourth method. Okay, the linear interpolation method. Okay, so this method is related to the third method, yung Mendenhall and Sincich method. Okay, so we will be needing this formula again. But we cannot apply this method to our example. Kasi ina-apply ang linear interpolation method kapag yung na-obtain na value dito ay hindi whole number. Pero nakita nyo naman kanina, di ba? Using this formula, puro whole numbers yung nakuha natin. Okay, so there's no need to apply the linear interpolation method. Okay, so let me write a note here. Linear interpolation method is applied if the obtained value here in our formula is not a whole number. Okay, so later, dun sa second example natin, i-apply natin ang linear interpolation. Okay? Let me teach you another method on how to get quartiles. Okay? Ito yung pinakamadali because we will be using our computer. Okay? Are you familiar with the MS Excel? So here are the two Excel functions na pwedeng makatulong sa inyo on how to get quartiles. Okay? So we have quartile.exe. Okay? It excludes the median or Q sub 2. Okay? Ito naman, quartile.inc. Ito naman, ini-include niya yung median. Okay? Or yung middle score or yung Q sub 2. Okay, so let me quickly show you how to do it in Excel. Okay, so this is how you get quartiles using Excel. First, you have to list down all the values in this way, okay? Pababa. If you notice, hindi ko na in-arrange yung values in ascending order or from least to greatest. Pero nung nag-compute naman ng quartiles, si Excel, ginawa niya yon. Okay? But if you want to do it here, ang gagawin nyo lang, i-highlight nyo itong mga values na ito, and then you go to home, tapos meron dito sort. Okay? From smallest to largest. Ayan na siya. Okay? Kita nyo? So, yung values natin dito ay arranged na in ascending order from smallest to largest. Now, this is how you get the quartiles using these two functions, quartile.exe and quartile.inc. Tingnan nyo to. Ito munang quartile, first quartile using quartile.exe. Ayun. Kita nyo tong formula bar. This one. Okay. So you write equals quartile.exe and then B2 to B12. Ito yun. Comma 1 because we're looking for the first quartile. If we're looking for the third quartile, papalitan lang natin tong 1 ng 3. Okay? Paano, teacher, kung hindi namin memorize yung formula na ito na nasa formula bar? Okay? Ganito lang ang gagawin niyo. So let's get the third quartile using quartile.exe assuming that we do not know the formula. Okay? Ang gagawin nyo lang, punta kayo dito sa fx, insert function. Okay? Tapos, since ginagamit ko siya, nandito kasi yung quartile.exe. Pero kunyari, hindi nyo alam na may quartile.exe, dito, tatype nyo lang dito, quartile. Okay? Like that. Okay? Tapos, mag-a-appear na tong mga suggestion na ito. Okay? Tapos, piliin nyo quartile.exe and then you press OK. Ayan na. Pag sinabing array, i-highlight ninyo yung values na gusto nyong kuhanan ng quartile. So, ito yon, right? Okay? So, yan. Meron ng B2 to B12. And then, dito naman sa quart, ilagay ninyo kung anong quartile ang gusto nyong hanapin. So, 3, di ba? Third quartile. Okay? Ayun no, nakita nyo, 14. That's going to be our third quartile for this particular example. Okay? You may press OK here. Tapos makikita nyo na yung 14 dito. Okay? Ganun din sa quartile.inc. Okay? Ito yung formula niya. Pareho lang naman sa quartile.exe. Papalitan nyo lang ito. Yan o, nakalagay na .inc. Tapos yung array B2 to B12. Tapos 1 ang nakalagay dito because we're looking for the first quartile. Okay? Kunin nga natin ang third quartile. Okay? Sige, with the assumption na hindi natin alam yung formula, punta ulit tayo dun sa function. Okay? Tapos, type ulit tayo dito ng quartile. Okay? Tapos, INC ang gusto natin. Ito to. Then okay. All right. And then array, we highlight these values kasi ito yung gusto natin kunan ng third quartile. And then dito for the quart, we write 3 kasi yun ang gusto nating hanapin. 3. So nakita nyo? 13? Yeah? Okay, you press enter. And then 13 na to. Okay? So that's how we use Excel to find quartiles. Alright? Let's now deal with our second example. Okay, this time we have even number of values. Okay, we have 18 values here. So luckily, these values are already arranged in ascending order from least to greatest. Let me show you a summary of results for this particular problem using different methods. Here, okay? So here are the different methods. By the way, these are not the only methods that you may use in getting quartiles. So, ito yung makukuha ang Q sub 1 using different methods. Ito naman yung makukuha yung values for Q sub 2 using different methods. And then, ito naman para sa Q sub 3. If you look closely, hindi magkakapareho yung mga values. Okay? Which is totally fine. Yung mga statisticians, pumipili sila ng methods na gagamitin nila based on their preference. Kung ano yung gusto nila. And besides, kapag malaking-malaki na yung data na involved, okay, usually, yung mga nakukuhang values for the quartiles, magkakadikit, sobrang magkakadikit na yung value or magkakapareho na talaga. Okay, nagkataon lang yung given dito, we only have 18 values. So, konti lang yun. Okay? So, pero hindi naman ganun kagrabe yung pagkakaiba ng mga values dito. Let's discuss some values here. If you have even number of values, pareho lang ang method of Tukey and method of Moore and McCabe. Okay? Makikita nyo. Kasi diba si method of Tukey, ini-include niya yung middle score, yung median, your Q sub 2. Kay method of Moore and McCabe, hindi nila sinasali yung Q sub 2. Okay? Okay, bakit sila magkapareho lang kapag even number of values? Tingnan nyo to. So, isusulat ko lang ulit yung ating data. Okay? Anong gagawin? We're going to cut it into 2 equal parts. We have 18 values here. So, we can divide it into 2 without remainder. Right? Ganyan. Okay? Nasaan yung gitnang value nila? Ayun. Okay? So, again, kapag walang tinamaan na value, okay, so we get the average of these two values here. So we do like 82 plus 83 divided by 2, we get 82.5. Okay, so this is our Q sub 2. Okay, now anong sunod na gagawin to get Q sub 1 and Q sub 3? We write the first half here. Nakita nyo? Hanggang 82. Okay, and then we write the second half dito. So nakita nyo, wala tayong in-exclude na middle score. Wala rin naman tayong i-include na middle score kasi yung 82.5 wala naman dito sa ating data set. Okay? So that's why yung Tukey method at yung method ni Moore at McCabe ay pareho lamang if we have even number of values. Okay. Now, how do we get Q sub 1? Hahatiin nyo to into 2 parts. Ilan ba to? 9. Right? 9 values. So what is 9 divided by 2? 4.5. So hindi eksakto, no? So what do we do? Kuha kayo ng 4. Tig-4 on both sides. Okay? And then, may matitira, 71. This is your Q sub 1. Okay? Similarly, dito, 9 din yan. So kuha kayo ng tig-4 both sides. And then may matitira dito, this will be your Q sub 3. Let's now have Mendenhall and Sincich method. So again, we have these values arranged in ascending order. And then, we recall the formula. Okay? So basically, magsasubstitute lang tayo ng K equals 1, 2, 3. Okay? And then we consider N equals 18 because we have 18 values here. Okay, let's solve. For Q sub 1, we have this. Okay, if you do the math, you will get 4.75. And this one is not a whole number. Okay, so we round off. Actually, we round up. So yung 4.75, ang i-consider natin ay 5. Okay, so what do we mean by that? The fifth value of our ranked data is our Q sub 1. So bilang kayo dito, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Okay? So Q sub 1 is equal to 71. Alright? Okay, let's move on to Q sub 2. Okay? So papalitan nyo lang yung K ng 2. N is 18. If you do the math, you will get 9.5. Okay? Again, this is not a whole number. So you round off. The question is, are you going to round up or round down? Okay? Kasi di ba meron tayong special note kanina. Kailan mag-round down kapag 0.5? Kapag nasa Q sub 3. Okay? Q sub 2 naman ito. Right? So, yung 9.5, we round up. Kasi yun naman yung normal way, di ba? Kapag 0.5, round up yon. Okay? Pero may exception nga, di ba? Kapag Q sub 3, tapos nagkaroon ka ng 0.5, you don't round up, you round down. Alright? Okay, so here, we round up kasi Q sub 2 naman ito. So, we will be using 10. Okay? So, ano ibig sabihin nun? The 10th value of our ranked data is our Q sub 2. So, bilang kayo dito, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? So, Q sub 2 is equal to 83. Okay? Lastly, Q sub 3. Okay? If you do the math, you will get 14.25. Okay? You should be rounding down. Okay? So, you consider 14. So, that means the 14th value of our ranked data is our Q sub 3. Okay? Nasaan yung pang 14? Ito na lang tayo mag-start, no? 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 88. Alright? So, Q sub 3 is equal to 88. Now, let me show you how to use linear interpolation. So, if you recall, ito yung nakuha nating value for Q sub 1 using this formula. It's not a whole number. Diba, yung 4.75 is between 4 and 5. Right? Now, anong ibig sabihin ng number line na ito? Okay, since yung 4.75 is between 4 and 5, I want you to focus on the fourth value and fifth value here in our rank data. Nasaan yung fourth and fifth position? Eto. Okay? Bakit ulit sa fourth position and fifth position? Because your 4.75 is between 4 and 5. So this is how you get Q sub 1 using linear interpolation method. Okay? Watch closely. Okay? Diba I want you to consider these two values? Okay? This is the fourth position. This is the fifth position. Okay? So you consider first yung smaller number, yung nasa fourth position, plus the decimal part of this value. Saan ulit nakuha tong value na to? Kapag nag-substitute tayo ng value ni K at N dito sa formula. Okay? Kung ano man yung decimal part dito, yun yung i-consider nyo dito. Okay? And then multiply to the difference of the larger number and the smaller number. Ito yung nasa fifth position. Ito yung nasa fourth position. Alright? If you do the math, okay, what is 71 minus 67? It's 4. Okay? Times 0.75. Okay, that's 3/4. What is 3/4 of 4? You will get 3. Plus 67, you will get 70. And that is our Q sub 1. Let's do more. Okay? Kanina, ito yung nakuha natin sa Q sub 2. Okay? Using this formula. Okay? If we want to use the linear interpolation method, take note that yung 9.5 is between 9 and 10. So to get Q sub 2, we will be using the values, okay, na nasa 9th position at nasa 10th position. Nasaan sila? Eto. Okay? So we will be using 82 and 83. Okay? So again, to get Q sub 2, ganito lang yon. The smaller number plus this the decimal part, ito yon. Okay? And then you get the difference of the two numbers. Okay? 83 minus 82, you will get 1. 1 times 0.5, you get 0.5 plus 82, you will get 82.5. That is our Q sub 2. That is our median or middle score. Okay? Lastly, for Q sub 3, we get this. Diba? And we all know that 14.25 is between 14 and 15. Okay? So we use the values in the 14th position and 15th position, okay, of our ranked data. So nasan sila? Ito. Okay? So gagamitin natin ang 88 at saka 92. Okay? So Q sub 3 is equal to, this is the number or value in the 14th position. This is the decimal part of this value. Yeah, 0.25. And this is the value in the 15th position minus the value in the 14th position. Okay? Doing the math, you will get 89. Okay? So Q sub 3 is equal to 89. So I think that's it. I hope you learned something from this video. Please don't forget to like this video, share this video to your friends, and please subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Thank you for watching. See you on my next video.